On average, Americans can expect to live 7 years longer than they would have in 1970. As this life expectancy trend continues, support programs for the aging population are more important than ever. I'm Eric Clemens for Comcast Newsmakers in Comcast's Connecticut studio. Julia Evans Starr, Executive Director of Connecticut's Legislative Commission on Aging, joins me now. Julie, thank you for being with us on the program.
Happy to be here. Thank you.
All right. From what I understand, Connecticut's 65 and older population is projected to grow by 64% by 2030. How's the Commission working to prepare the state for this rising demographic?
There's a lot of work to be done, actually. We know our population is aging. We know people are living longer. Some folks are 100 years of age. We have 900 people, actually, in Connecticut are 100 years of age. We have supercentenarians, people 110 years of age. So, yes, our demographics are changing, and this is going to be a permanent state, not only for Connecticut, the 7th oldest state in the nation, but for our nation and for the world. The Commission on Aging, we are a nonpartisan public policy office. Our office is at the state capitol. There are 4 professional staff, very hardworking, and there are 21 volunteer board members who live across Connecticut who really help us keep our finger on the pulse of what's happening in communities.
Tell us a little bit about the shift to the communities as you spoke about that and what's happening to prepare Connecticut's communities for this changing demographic.
So we've been working for many years to give people choice on where and how they receive long-term services and supports. Historically, you had very few choices to receive those services in the community. Most often, folks would go into a nursing home when they had a certain level of care, and now we've changed that dynamic through a series of policies and programs and initiatives, and we've been very successful there. Now the question is the community ready?
Okay. And is there specific legislation this session that will impact the aging population?
There is. There's a great deal of legislation, actually. We're tracking over 150 bills, 150 in 17 committees. We've already testified to 35 pieces of legislation. We try to be selective on those that we think are most viable and important, and some of those are for aging in place. Leadership has come out with a very big agenda to help support that. And there are other issues as well.
Can you briefly be a little more specific about those that are really important to you, some pieces of legislation, 1 or 2 of them?
Right. So in addition to aging in place, where they want to give grants to municipalities to help prepare for the aging population and help kind of grants for people who actually need help to modify their homes. There's also a public retirement plan that leadership has come out with that we're very supportive of, and we hope all the legislature is supportive of. It helps folks who have less means and don't have access to employer-sponsored benefits to get those, and we're hopeful to see that become a reality.
What types of things can be done in communities to help them better prepare for this rising demographic we've been talking about?
I think you just have to start with awareness. Livable Communities runs the gamut. It's about transportation options and not just about services. It's about access to community. It could be about walkability. How easy is it to get out and about in your community? It's one thing to have people age in their communities and in their homes, but are they a part of that community? And of all the many facets that create a livable community, community engagement is the most important. People want to feel connected socially.
Briefly, as we ask you this final question, how can people find out more about the work of Connecticut's Legislative Commission on Aging, and what can they do to help you?
Well, I hope they do. I hope they contact us. They can follow us on Twitter. They can be a fan on Facebook. They could look to our website. I can give you that address. They could pick up the phone and call us, 860-240-5200. Many ways to follow our work. And what can they do to help? I think empower themselves with information and help spread the good word.
Julie, thank you so much for being with us on the program.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
All right. And thank you for watching this edition of Comcast Newsmakers. I'm Eric Clemens. We'll certainly see you next time.